Alright. So a couple of new things. I have, you can see some, let me get the brush. What? Oh, no layers. I have the little dolls down there for the subscribers, and I'm going to be working on a new one, but yeah, I should be able to see them here. And I also have new animations, like for me and the robot. I revised them a little bit. Now I have my closed mouth when I'm not speaking. I see that change, so yeah. Still kind of messing with it. So now I'm going to make, here it is. I'm going to make one more doll for the last subscriber who has already asked for it. Like told me what they want the doll to be. And I have my references up here. It's kind of an original creature, so I guess you'll see. We have some Ori and the Blind Forest music, which is a little bit more epic and less chill than I remembered. Maybe as it gets to the middle of the soundtrack, it will cool down a little bit. But yeah, here's this little guy. I'm going to have him sitting sideways, mostly because of this hair design, which, like, both images they sent me of the character are kind of 3/4, and I don't think the character would look very recognizable from the front like the others, so drawing it in a bit of an angle here. Then this leg can be kind of to the front. And here we go. Then he has a cape and a little collar. That was more a question of proportions for the doll. Let me have the colors for another one so I can see what it will move. What is this? Oh, I know what it is. Just going to fix it by doing this. Alright. Yeah, the size looks about right. Just have it here. I feel like the hair thing's a little too large right now. Oh, hey. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Orlek. You get to also have your little doll if you want. Hello, what's up? I found a way to see the list of subscribers. It's actually really weirdly difficult. You have to go into your analytics, and then there's a bottom you can press that will download a spreadsheet of your subscribers, which for me was kind of not fully formatted, and then it shows everyone who's subscribing to you currently. That's kind of the only way. It's really weird, but I did find it, so I know that there are a few people left to draw for. Yeah, and now also you. So yeah, we can kind of alternately do this because I gotta have something finished for tonight for the Twitter and stuff, but we can kind of do them like parallel. If you wanna already tell me what your doll is going to be. Just going to mirror this real fast. Yeah, I guess it does look about right. Gonna mess with it, just don't distort. Like this. I'm thinking the Ori music is actually a little weirdly intense. I'm going to check if there's like a relaxing Ori music playlist. Well, I got an LC with a reference sheet and stuff. Maybe we can use that if you want. Sounds great. You can even link it here in chat if you're okay with it. Here we go. If not, then I can like give you places where you can send it to me, either my Discord or like Twitter. Yeah, you have a Twitter, so you can send me there as well, wherever you prefer. What was I going? Oh yeah, going to see if there is a relaxing Ori playlist. Where it doesn't get really loud sometimes. I don't have it uploaded, so maybe to Twitter DM. Yeah, sure, go for it. I thought you meant by with a reference sheet that you had it uploaded somewhere. So yeah. This one's from here. Alright. Yeah, I guess my cell phone will show me whenever you sent it, so yeah. What's the darkest color I've done? This. I guess it's fine. But the character is like absolute black, so I guess I'll just fill it in with this color and then slightly brighten up the high parts. And for the head, I think I would just go with the ink pen. It's kind of the easiest way. Bam, 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 bam. Alright. It's pretty good music. I figure this playlist will be a lot better. It's just the relaxing ones. And there we are. I'll open Twitter here. Boop, boop. Here we go. Oh, I have 2 requests. Sorry, I gotta answer some stuff real fast. I keep forgetting to check like new messages on Twitter because after a while it stopped showing me message requests. I'm contacting you in order to request yeah, sorry for the brief stop. It's just that if I don't do this, I'll forget about it. Now let's see your thing. There you go. Oh, that's a pretty elaborate sheet. But yeah, sounds good. Of course, I'd simplify the design a lot because it's going to be so tiny on screen. But I'll already just leave it here. But just gotta make a note to self here now, so I remember to update my commissions line because some people were asking for new commissions. Okie doke. Here we go. So yeah, here's Orlik's characters. Really good art. And here are the spins. What's the difference? Just besides no swords, I guess just not no swords. Yeah. No, but there is like art design, which is I think that I always say it's like a mark of good design is when you can simplify it and it will still be recognizable. Oh, sleeves are full. Yeah, my brain just wasn't registering it. Do you have a preference for how you want the sleeves? But yeah, like I always think like you can have a lot of details and minute stuff on good character design, but it should still be simplifiable. You should still be able to draw like a chibi or just a simplified version. Like someone who can't really draw should be able to draw your character and have it be recognizable, because there should be some broad strokes to the design which people pick up on and remember, and even if they can like do it exactly, they can still get it across. Oh, I made this line wrong. Oh well. I'll just delete it later. I don't really know a way to make a line that's just straight, fully, like become curved on this tool. Not really, whatever is easier. Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking which one would be more readable. Long sleeves might be, less sections of different color, so it might be easier to do with little stubby doll arms. But we'll see. But yeah, today I'm also going to be working on, like I did that manga Samus the other day, and I'm going to turn it into the anime version. I've already done most of the work, but I need to finish it. So I'll be alternating dolls and that, because I want to have it out tonight. Friday night is, for some reason, usually a good day to release stuff. At least in my experience, not really like a scientific sample, but tends to do well when you release something like in the beginning of the weekend. I guess people have enough free time where it just keeps bouncing around the internet. But yeah, what's up? I got to play D&D yesterday. Actually no, the game didn't quite work out, but we got to basically buy stuff, set up stuff. We got a lot of money from the previous thing, so I got to chat with the D&D group, but one person couldn't make it, so we wound up just talking and like buying magic items, selling stuff, planning out what we're going to do from now on, but we didn't actually like move ahead on the story. Not really. Okay, that was the previous one. Boop. So I figure these dolls are also going to be like a good warm-up, for me to do at the start of a stream until just to get on my rhythm. Just doing one real quick. Although I gotta remember to do them quicker than I am doing them, because they're so tiny. I really don't have to stress out over like getting the lines looking this clean. I remember that, but yeah, now we're going to red. There we go. Yeah, I think I can pretty much freehand these. Little imperfections won't be a problem. I also prepared some other stuff for the stream, but I'll kind of save them for when there's more people, because there's no rush. And not to overhype it, but I just want to review new stuff, and there's like a lot of regulars here. What a cool little character. Yeah, I really like the design. I can show you. The second one that they sent me, this is Neon Blitzes. The second one that they sent me is even like already in a kind of chibi style. Let me just put it here. But here's like an older version, which is more, I guess, like the real proportions of the character, and here's like the chibi version that they sent. So I'm having it sit down in kind of this position, but I'm making them a little bit longer, like in the original. So it's just like a full black when it comes to the face and legs. So what I'll do is like fill it in with the same color as the outline, but then I'll still do that little gradient lighting that I did for the other ones. I have a couple of buttons here. Yeah, now the legs and the eyes, and we're pretty much done. Oops. There you go. And boop. Not just the eyes. I'm thinking, should I just use the circle tool? I'll try it with the circle tool. Could it be Hollow Knight inspired? Well, they were playing Hollow Knight, so I assume there's at least some artistic influence. I don't know if it's like deliberately so or openly so. They didn't mention it, but I definitely see the relation there. By the way, are my volumes okay? I did a quick test coming in, but now I changed soundtracks. And the day is taking longer to do it like this than it would if I just drew it. But what if for these I'm going to do something different. I'm going to make them light gray. It sounds good, it's so adorable. I'm glad you like it, Neon. I'm almost done with it. Orlek just subscribed and sent me his own character, so we're also going to do that. But not right away. I'm going to hop a little bit over to anime Samus, 90s anime Samus. Before that. then we can do them in parallel, kinda hop back and forth. It is Hollow Knight inspired, no, just watch without listening. My partner is here. Alright, cool. Thanks for dropping by. Blam, blam, blam. Now the reds. It's a slightly off red. Maybe this. No. How about this? No. Okay, I think I'll go with this one. Did I refine edge? No, I didn't. Refine edge, and here we go. Now the white eyes. There we are. Did I? I didn't. Okay. So now history brush, and we will lighten things up. Yo, here's the partner. Cool. Is that them typing, are you saying? Or did they just arrive? Anyway, hi. I wonder if I should do a little bit of a darker than the outline shade. Got a call from an unidentified number, so it's probably spam. Not going to bother with it. Yeah, I like it. What happened? Huh. Just has a bit of silence. Guess it was just poorly put together. Oh well. Was that the codec call? Yeah, I used the codex call from Metal Gear Solid as my ringtone. Yes, just want to say hi, arrived here yesterday. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you could get over there. Neon said you were having impediments towards that earlier, so that's neat. Just some more shading and they'll be good to go. And then I'll already implement it onto the stream because it's really not very time consuming to do so. Do a little whoop and whoop. I'm just getting fancy with the lighting. Nobody's even going to see this from a distance. Just do a very broad. Here we go. Just here, I guess. Boop. On the sides. Here we are. And now for the eyes. But yeah, I hope you guys have fun. Actually, by now they probably turned off sound. We'll be continuing our series. And don't know what you mean by that. Maybe I'm being stupid, but I didn't get that one. Well, our boy is all done. I'm going to save it as a PNG. Oh, we watched The Walking Dead. What season are you on? I remember years ago people were saying that they felt it was too long and should finish already, but I've never watched it at all. 5, so I feel there's probably still a bunch to go, right? Because I feel, I don't know, 5 isn't that many seasons and people keep making memes about how long it is. So we'll add a new image source. Doll neon. Red source and bippity bop. Ta-da! Here it is. It's getting too long. Not even halfway there. But I think we have to watch the entire thing. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that because people keep saying that it gets worse. Like people used to really like it and don't anymore. So I don't know. And here we go. Turbo, glad you like it. So there it is. So we're going to work on Samus a little bit and then we'll go back to make our legs doll. Where is it? Oop. Here we are. Could you send me this over Discord? I love it. Sure. I'll leave Anime Samus here on screen and send Neon the thing over Discord real quick. There, sent it. Ooh, this looks awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I was working on like the colors and the little grainy texture that I got together over it to make it look 90s like. having her hair be really light and darker than hers and lighter than her skin just felt like 90s anime character design. I still have to shade the armor, her hair, like the darker parts of her hair, and what else? Oh, give them shadows like on the ground. Also, I looked up some backgrounds to see the kind of shading for this floor texture thing and for the sky. So yeah, let me remember my layers. It's actually been a while. I did this pretty shortly after doing the manga version. Okay, so there's a shade layer for each figure. So alrighty, I'm going to figure out what the dark color for her hair is. Oops. Gotta fix up my brush, yeah. Let me look at this. Bit much maybe. I'll get it a little bit redder and a little bit lighter. Lighter yet. Looks like it's not getting any lighter. Right. Now it just kind of looks like her skin. Yeah, I'll keep it really yellow, just so it contrasts with her skin. Yeah, I like this. Okay, so I'm going to go to her color layer. Oh, I am at her color layer, right? I'll select only her hair. And let's go. How much should be shaded? Should like the bulk of the side be shaded? And then I'll unshade some bits. But I had to get the general shapes right before I waste any time. You know, getting the exact lines for the shading right. Yeah, I think I'll do this. I'll have like slices off of this side, lit. So it doesn't look flat. Here we go, and now here. Alright, I like it. Might darken it a tiny bit, but I can do that with color replace. yeah, I think this is fine. I don't want to give it too much like literal volume, like the strands of hair having all their own shaded side, because it looks kinda Dragon Ball-y, where the anime hair is like actual 3D shapes. It's usually just a stylization, so it works better if it's kinda flat. Especially this really messy style. So yeah, I'm liking the hair. So I think our suitless Samus is pretty much done. By the way, I hope you guys like the colors that I picked. Of course, it's black and white, the comics. So I decided on my own coloring. But again, I tried to pick color choices that I felt fit the era. And also the purple, you know, up to Super Metroid, like the suitless version in Metroid 1 was kind of a hot pink, and the Nintendo Power Samus had more of it was just a less saturated version of this purple. She looks like she can split me and cut me in half. Alright. Not going to like get too much into that. I guess that's a positive. But yeah, I don't know, there are obviously different like styles to draw from like the 90s, but I took some references that were from that time that I felt just would be cool. Like I didn't want to draw like generic hot anime girl. That was kind of boring. So I mentioned the other stream, like the main reference that I was taking was I forgot her name from Outlaw Star, the one with the pointy ears. Yeah, she looks powerful and cool. Yeah, I'm glad that that's what comes across, because yeah, that was kind of what I was going for. And like I mentioned also another day, like this was more common in like anime aesthetics in the 90s, like women seeming really like strong and having musculature. Like if you see the early Street Fighters and stuff, they were all really strong. But nowadays kind of went a different way, where they have usually really skinny arms. The soundtrack just stops sometimes. I keep thinking that it's over. So yeah, now I need to I'll create just a new layer sheet. I don't know, I'm still way more, I still like there was a lot of really ugly stuff in 90s anime, but I still kind of like the overall aesthetic a little bit more than now. Like in terms of like cool stuff, they were good at drawing cool stuff. There were a lot of really cool mechs and cool monsters and stuff, and I like the really heavy shading that they used to use. Like I kind of miss the generic anime image being like a dude in a trench coat with like a ridiculously over-designed weapon or something, instead of just school children, which is kind of what it is now. Other stuff is dumb, but I like it. It's just my kind of dumb. Like no judgment for people whose kind of dumb is more like new anime. Oh, I was thinking about shading with a really gray thing. Like use a really grayed out color for the shaded parts. Like in Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime has some shaders applied to Samus, to the Varia suit, where like the lit parts are really orange, but whenever like whatever's in shadow looks really gray and metallic. I wanted to try for that because one thing that I like from like this era is mechs and how they got them to look really metallic. I know I mentioned the other day that like my favorite anime is Mob Psycho, which is obviously a very recent anime, so it's not like you know, I don't have like a problem with newer stuff, but you know, if you kind of grew up with an era of whatever medium it is, you tend to have a fondness for it and like remember the good parts and ignore the crappy ones. Every time I see a mech design in anime, I think, man, that would be a pain in the ass to animate. Yeah, they used to put so much work into that, especially in the pre-digital times. Now, not only is like drawing stuff a lot easier, and you get to like just draw stuff statically and do all the camera movement and stuff later in a digital way. There's also a lot of kind of workarounds where I imagine every mech anime nowadays probably just has 3D models of the mechs and like engines that make them kind of draw them in with line work, like in a lot of video games even do that, and then just kind of draw over that to look nicer and more polished in like key scenes, because it's just a lot of work. Like of course it looks better when you actually animate it, because stuff in animation like gets distorted and stuff. You don't draw like literal movement where the arm is here in one frame and then here in the other and then here in the other. It looks a lot cooler if like the in between frame looks like a distorted and rubbery and in a really uneven way that like gives it more of a sense of motion, and this stuff's always stretching, not just in smears, which is just basically animation motion blur, but also like moving in ways that don't make literal sense, but look neat in motion. Okay, now it did end for real, the soundtrack. I wonder if Ghibli songs are copyrighted. I'm just gonna put Hollow Knight on. But yeah, they used to put so much work into that stuff, and they're still some of my favorite animated things. Like I mentioned the other day that the Gundam Wing anime has one of my favorite openings, because the mechs are so well animated in that opening and they're shaded in such a cool way. And of course for the opening they spare no expense and make it look really good. Also it's tacky in all the cool ways to be tacky. Like There's ironically a scene where someone finds a little teddy bear buried in the snow in like a war-ravaged town. Like that's the level of on-the-nose imagery that they're using, and I'm all for it. So yeah, you just want to do really elaborate kind of shading in this, so it looks very metallic. Yeah, I don't think there's that much left to this, so I'll probably pretty comfortably finish this and then Orlex doll. But yeah, another thing that I kinda miss is just mechanical stuff being hand animated, because unless something is really expensive nowadays, they'll usually use 3D models and just integrate them into the animation. And they integrate fine, but I used to really like how like a lot of anime artists would draw stuff like guns and mechanical things in general. I also really like the contrast of really abstracted characters interacting with super realistic mechanical things. They like have a character with a face no more detailed than this, but they would be messing with like a revolver, and it would have like every little bit and piece, and you know, every possible detail to it. Like it wouldn't be simplified at all, and I really like that contrast. Wonder if I should do that like this. Yeah, I think it looks neat. Should we do it like a lot of places, or will it? Let me look from far away. Yeah, I don't like the second one, but the other one's neat. I'll do it just whenever there's like a lot of space to do it, like here. I'm still thinking of what I'll do with these things. Does this work? What about Oops. What about this? Yeah, I think that gives it a little bit more texture. Alright. But this is the kind of thing that I really enjoy drawing. It's like soothing to draw. Just giving something texture. You're not so worried about like getting stuff wrong. It's really easy to just kind of do and redo stuff. It's kind of soothing. I'll come back to it when I'm done. Gotta also look at the full picture. Something might look like it works when you're just looking at it, but then look weird contrasted with like the total. And alright, leave it as is for now. You already kinda did that thing, but with the black part. Let's see how it looks. finally, yes. Oh, not finally, because we still have that shoulder. Here we are. And possibly done. Let's take a look. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty good. I was wondering if I needed the highlights, but I think that's just one shade too many. I don't think I can have the blacks and highlights in the same color. Oh, I forgot the hand. But yeah, no, I like how it's looking. I feel like this is fine. Kinda change my mind about this. And she doesn't have the orb in the back of her hand in this design. Alright. Yeah. The more I shade them, the weirder it seems that they don't have shadows under their feet yet, but I will get to it. First I'll do I want to add some more highlights to the red area. Oops. Let's try a broader selection. No, still not. Huh. What about 55? There we go. Or almost. Now we're done. Oops. Sorry about that. So yeah, I want to have a little bit more highlights. This will be the only shading. On the red parts, they were full black, if you remember in the manga version. So I'm keeping it really dark and without like large lit areas. The lit areas are going to be very narrow. I'm actually considering still darkening it a bit. I'll experiment with it now. about this. I don't want to do this just because it's a way that they would sometimes shade metal things. And I just want to do it. Oh yeah. So what I was thinking was darkening this a little bit more. And also this. Have it be more like this. So let's take a look. Before, after. Before, after. Before. She had an unselected version. After. I kinda like after later, but I overdid it, I feel, in making this less pink. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at this. But now for the yellow bits. Still not sure how I'll shade this one. I think I'll have just two shades because I'm already using 3 in so much of her design. Let's have this one be the simpler one. Should make it look a little bit less metallic, a little bit more, I don't know, like plastic or something. Like the least shiny part of the armor. Don't want to have like textures on textures on textures. That's a bit busy. Maybe I won't even do like the sideways light on this one. Let's have it be straightforward. the gradient in the background is very neat, thanks. Yeah, I messed with it back and forth a lot until I was satisfied with it. And again, I was looking at a bunch of old anime backgrounds. A lot of the stuff that I do outside the stream is the stuff that I feel needs some research. And I don't want, to be on stream just looking at Google Images. But I do use that a lot when I am composing the image. I looked at a lot of references before, when I was making the sketch for this. And yeah, when I do the first steps of this second version, I also did a lot of extra research because I was looking more at manga stuff before, and this is more anime. So here we have it. Yeah, I think it's the right idea to have the shading be a lot simpler. That way you have like contrasting textures. And now should be fairly fast. Oh, did I? Oh, I totally did it in the wrong layer, but it's fine. I won't be messing with it. Like, it's cell shading, so it's not supposed to get any more complicated. I'm not going to apply any textures on top of that, so it's fine, but I messed up. I put the shading in the color layer. And that was not intentional. But now we're just adding some pure black here. A lot of this is just going to be pure black. Oh, there's also the cannon. I totally forgot about it. The cannon was pretty much obscured in the manga version, but here it shows up a little bit more. I just didn't find a composition that looked good where the cannon was like fully visible, so I went the complete other way and have it barely visible at all, because I think it's better to go one way or another when you have like a really distinct element like that. If you're not going to be able to see it properly, might as well not have it as a distraction. But here the level of detail is a little bit higher. So I'll work a little bit more on it. There we go. I'm actually thinking the highlights on the green parts are way too bright now. Oop. There you go. That's really not moving very fast. Don't really get it. Oh, I kinda misclicked, I think. There you go. that's better. Okay, yeah, I like how it's looking. I'm glad like the texture turned out. This is what I was going for with the armor. Just looks really menacing when you shade stuff like that. I dig it. So I just gotta complement the lines a little bit for the cannon, maybe do a little bit of highlighting on it. We'll see. Either way, I'm already like zooming in, scanning through. See stuff like this. When you zoom in, you always notice some, at least the way I fill in, which is a little bit fast. I fill in colors. You always end up with some colors slightly bleeding past the outline. So it's good to zoom in and just catch those. Menacing. How did you get that so fast? The little JoJo sound effects. But yeah. Yeah, I feel like the anime aesthetic of the 90s was very focused on making things look badass. And they're not working that hard on it anymore. I feel like this can just reach the edge. This was intentional but doesn't look very good. And the fact that the shade doesn't quite make it here. Let's just make it meet the edge before it gets up to her torso. Smooth it out a little bit. Yep, there you go. Now for the suit, let's get some highlights in here. Just one. Slightly. Oh, I can just draw past this. Yeah. Bam. Yeah, alright, that's good. So, I'll just scan through it real quick, see if there's any more bleeding colors. Just a little weird mistake up here. A bit of orange there for whatever reason. Just got filled in wrong. Missing shade here. And what's this? Oh, it's in the shade. Alright. Boop. And that's about right. I think we are done with coloring. I just googled it, yeah, I guess. I'm just going to do some shadows under them now. Shadow. Let me take a sip of water. All right. So, how am I doing these shadows? I've actually haven't looked up references for that. So I'm going to do the thing that I just said I wanted to not to do and Google stuff on stream. This is more mimicking a promotional image than like a frame of animation, so I think I'll use those as references. Yeah, they still use cell shadows. And how do they simplify shadows for people standing up? It's kind of a hard thing to look up. Characters drawn from a certain angle. A lot of the time they aren't casting shadows. That's so weird. Okay, here we have some. Okay. I'm also seeing something that I wondered about. They do the kind of the video game thing where characters just cast a shadow straight down, even if the light isn't coming from straight up. There was a Gundam Wing image that I saw where the characters were lit more clearly from the side than these, and they were still casting shadow like straight down like this. So as a start, let's do this. But I'm going to pull it a little bit here towards the opposite way as the light's coming from. And then there's the question of color. How should I color this? I'll take the darkest color from the background. Oops, I guess I misclicked. No? Is this the actual color? Oh, no. Here we go. The wrong layer. So this is the darkest color from the background. Let's do that, but way darker. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Just so I can do, I don't want to apply like a light layer or an overlay, because it's supposed to be a solid color. If it's like, if it was drawn on a cell. Look at this. It's lagging a bunch. Let's have it be a little bit sharper. Yikes, it's really not looking sharp at all. Oh, it's just, again, lagging a bunch. Because I'm low in the image and it updates from the top. Okay. There we go. I'm not liking how it's kind of merging with Souffle Samus's feet. Oh, you guys can see it so much. Crap. The dolls are in the way. Here we go. You see it kinda meshed together with it. I guess it's cool to have each shadow sorry about that. Have each shadow be one solid color but different from each other, because it's a little bit darker in general back there. Like lighting wise, it doesn't actually make sense because they are both blocking the same light. But let's just see how it looks. I just like this better. Maybe this one can also get a little bit lighter so it doesn't contrast quite as much. As long as it's still darker than like the darkest thing that it touches. Yeah. And I'm also going to make it a little bit more like this. But alrighty. Yeah, it's with it. I have to be zoomed in to be able to scroll. Then I can scroll the way I want and have it be basically off screen. But if the whole thing fits in my screen, I can't scroll at all. So I need to do this. So yeah, here it is now. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think we are done. I think we're done. And I'm going to make the tweet, so I don't have to worry about it later. JPEG 90s and bitrate. Boop, saved. It's gonna leave it on screen here while I do the tweet, so you guys can have a final look at it. I also got a bunch of messages from those people, but it's cool. Let's tweet. This image. It is taking a bit longer than usual because I need to link the previous tweet for context. Now we'll schedule it for today at 9 PM. Confirm and schedule. There we go. Sorry about that. Now we can go back to Orlex doll. Save? Yeah, I thought I had saved it. Yep, save. Now, let's do some dolls. Let me get this whole layer. Can I just copy it? Oh well. Okay, I'll just use this version. Yes, the base. Oops. Okie dokie, let's do the sketch for it. Do you want more of a doll or a figure, like a plush, or maybe like a little toy standing up? Because right now we have like the trophy format for like Hollow Knight and Pyromancy Hand, and we have the plush format for Dead Wolves and Neon's characters. Because we could have like a little chibi figure of him. Okay, cute plush then. Alright, then we'll do a sitting position because you can really have a plush standing up. And we'll do some more spiky hair. I'll pull this over the... Oops. There you go. I guess should be staring ahead. It's weird to have a plush not staring ahead. Bam and bam. I'm going to put something happier. Now that we're drawing a plush, this music's too spooky. We heard Mario music kinda recently. Maybe Pokemon? Let's do some Pokemon. Here we go. Should I make this higher? Because I don't want his bangs kind of obscuring his eyes. So let's do this, more like this. This can kind of cross over here in front. moved it and then just wound up redrawing the whole thing. I think this is supposed to be more like this. Let me pull up his other image to see if I'm getting like the right idea, I think. I guess so. Alright. I really love it. Glad you like it. Yeah. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. No. Alright. Now here we go. I never changed the text from subscribe at all when I was doing the matrix stuff. But now I am again correct. Alright, so we got the head. How about if he's standing kinda, or rather sitting, kinda like a teddy bear, with the hands like this. Oh, my shit isn't too hard to read and understand. No, I think I'm getting it. Like if I misread something, you can tell me, but I feel like I got the idea right. Whoops, this is kind of a hoodie, right? I'm more of a sailor thing, I guess, but yeah, for the purposes of this, it's all the same. Alright. Oh yeah, super accurate. Cool. Good. Here we go. And then boops. Oops, then this like black. And I have to remember to divide the boot because it's like behind his arm, the division. Oh yeah. I think this is it. Got our boy. I'm not going to do like the shoulder pads because I feel like that's one color too many. Just do this. Angle his arm a little bit more. Cool. His eyes look kind of bloodshot because they are all sketchy, but they'll look nicer in the final version. I guess if I can just do this. Either this song's taking a while to fade in, or they did not volume balance this at all. Yep, I guess they didn't volume balance it at all. He hit a tight plot, oh no. Okay, here's another soundtrack. So okay. Got the design. I'll be bringing it up for the sake of colors, but first I want to compare sizes, make sure this is okay. Yeah, it's about the size of the other one. There you go. Now you unsaturate this and move on to lines. What do we want to do for lines? 10 and I'll start with the hair. Is about right. Let's see if I can just freehand the whole thing. Should be faster, and I have to start being efficient with these dolls. I'm supposed to just knock them out real quick. So. There you go. Alright. Okay, so that's the hair. I wonder... No, I feel like I can use... Yeah, I'll just use the faces on own outline for that. Oh, should the eyes use... No, I'll use a darker outline for the eyes. I'll use this. For the bandana. And for the eyes. Let me see if these look alright. Look. Guess so. Also make his eyebrow a little bit darker than the hair, so it doesn't get mixed up with it as much. As for eyes, his eyes are brown, right? Or are they... what color are they? They're kind of dark gray. Hello, what's up, Dead Wolf? You see your little doll down there? They're gray, okay. Just here for my work, very cool. We're making Orlex doll. There we have, I remade the knight, and then yeah, that's the doll and neons and the name's escaping me now. Shurazuke is the one that's Dark Souls pyromancy hand. They haven't logged in yet to see it. Oh, great, I'm glad you like her. Yeah, so now we're doing our legs. We still have a few people to do the doll for, including my girlfriend, who hasn't decided yet what she wants. So gray eyes, yeah, I'll just do this again, or just use this same thing. There you go. And yeah. Okay. Now for the skin one. I'll just take it from Dead Wolves. They overdo it maybe with the chubby face. Alrighty. I'll just not do this. And I think we can unflip now. Now let's see some more colors. So the undershirt's black. But I think I can use... yeah, I got this blue, I'll make it grayer. Alright. Now can I use this for the whole torso? Except for a couple of parts here. But all out of context, there's a treasure hunter, but he's a treasure hunter, but the treasures in his world is what we consider junk, and it's under the sea. I love your world, yeah. So why is he from some kind of really precarious society where like just some basic scrap metal and stuff would be useful? Or do they just have different values from ours? Also, is he under the sea? Is the treasure under the sea? Are they both under the sea? Who's under the sea in this scenario? I may or may not know the lyrics to Part of Your World. At least I did at some point. I feel like I'm getting faster, like I didn't take as long with this one as I did with Neons. was almost good. There you go, kinda. Yeah, good enough. They're from an ancient civilization. Okay, so our junk is like high tech for them. I guess that makes sense. It could be a cool idea to have like a fantasy story. I mean, I'm sure people have done it in some way. They are like digging up current technology, and for them it's like magic items, if you can get it to work at all. I think this is it, for the outlines anyway. I wonder if you'll ever find Cole's sword. I wonder if you'll find an iPhone. First generation iPhone. Well, it's already, for him, it's already pretty advanced. But I guess like fully electronic stuff wouldn't be much good, even if it survived underwater. They wouldn't have any way to power it. Like just having refined metals and stuff could be really useful for someone who doesn't have the technology to melt like iron and shape it however you want. So how did stuff get to his planet? You wouldn't want to make the same mistake as Planet of the Apes. No smoothing, just two. Alright. Bam. Comes. Oh, I don't have sample layers on. I'm a dum-dum. Oh, I forgot a line as well. Okay. Oh, and I'm messing everything up all at once. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. Okay. One thing at a time. in the seriousness, your character is really cool, and I think the idea has a lot of potential. Yeah, I agree, it's pretty fun. It would be hard to explain with text because there's more material that I'm doing with another story that connects to this story. Again, my phone was ringing. And again, it was spam. Okay. Now we are all set. Start over with the coloring. I'm currently working on some sort of game, question mark, that serves as a prequel. What do you mean game, question mark? Is it not quite a game? Are you not sure if it's going to be a game yet? More of a graphic novel sort of thing, maybe? Of course, you don't have to share your secret plans. Yeah, this is way too dark. I guess it's kind of pointless drawing the colors from the character. It's just not in the same lighting as this one. So to look at them. Oh, I didn't do his car. I just use line work to do this car. Otherwise it will get a bit big. But well, the design is also neat. I like it. He looks like he'd be the protagonist of a PS1 RPG. It's nice. So this is kind of a dark gray sort of thing. I'll use it also for the gloves. Oops. I did something else wrong. No. Why is this happening? I'm coloring everything the wrong layer. This never happens. Fine edge. Now I'm going to be checking every time. I just do all the grays as one gray. Less colors makes stuff less confusing. It's okay, I already have some playable demos. The thing is, it's not quite a game because there's not really an objective present. It's like a 3D pixel art walking simulation because I want to divide it into a lot of parts. I don't get necessarily the parts thing, what you mean by that. But I guess it's like you don't need an objective to be a game. I mean, I don't think you do. You can have it be just an experience thing, where you're like, you just make the world and people can explore it. Like, I feel like there's already a game. Even if you don't do much, you just walk around and look at it. time I got it, but I don't know why I keep ending up back at the Lion Slayer. It's very weird. Oh, this is also the same color. And the pants are light gray. Well guys, I gotta hop off for now. Later Gators. Bye, have a great day. Yeah, nice. Have a nice rest of your day at work. And then a nice weekend. See you around. Okey-doke. Well, let me see his skin color, pretty pale. It's kind of grayish though. Now to yellow. Here we go. Oh, I undid when I was undoing my mistakes. I also undid the sky. But that's real quick to redo. Look, we're all colored now. Let's just do the shading real quick. Dude, this is wonderful, you rock. Oh, thank you. That is a fun thing to do, it's not that much trouble. And I always want to have more of a reward for people subscribing and more of an incentive for them to like stay subscribed. So I figured this would be fun. But you know, it's not that much work considering you can also, oops, I misclicked. You can also, you know, serve as an incentive to get subscribers. Hopefully. We'll see. I kind of wanna... I'll do it like this. So I can shade different sections of hair separately. And especially for you guys who like are always here, you know, it's my pleasure. No, too much. This case didn't really work out. There we go. Okay, and last. The dark grease. There we go. I guess a little bit for the eyes as well. Yeah, I think this is it. You're all done. Save and save as a PNG. Oop. So yeah, I'm going to add the sauce real quick. Let's see. No sauce. Where's image? Add a new one. No garlic. And done. Now get it under the robot so it doesn't stay in front of it. And let's shrink it to be the same size as the others. And there it is. Looks super cool. Thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, I'm just going to have all you guys be here now. And yeah, I think I'm about to end the stream, so I'll use this opportunity to show you guys like the last thing that I made while I put away my drawing stuff. Here it is. And we have Bam, bam, bam. I open. Here we go, and we have gamer mode. I made a little gamer me guy, and I also very quickly made this ROM hack of Burger Time, which has like almost no sprites. So I very quickly made a hack where you play as one of our worker bots. And it's all like mechanical stuff instead of burger related stuff. So yeah, you get batteries. Oop. Oop. So yeah, this is it. I'm thinking about making this game like some kind of bonus, like maybe something that people can redeem with points or bits or whatever. Like having me play it once or something. Some way to make it like kind of a part of the stream. Although, you know, I do plan on playing games that are more interesting than Burger Time. It's actually a pretty good game. As far as like Pac-Man style stuff goes, some of them are pretty boring. Burger Time isn't bad. But I chose it mostly because it has like almost no sprites. It's one of those really early arcade games that got ported to the NES, like Donkey Kong, where you can literally just sit down and change all the graphics for it in one go. I use something, by the way, if anybody's curious or later watching the VOD, I use Tile Layer Pro to do this. It's a free program and it's about as intuitive as can be. Like, there's no real knowledge required for it to mess with like the basic graphics of most games. I tried to mess with Pokemon with it, and I found out later that the front and back sprites for Pokemon and trainers are compressed in that game in a way that they don't show up if you just open it on Tile Layer. You have to do a lot of fancy things. So I couldn't really mess with that. Like, my first idea was messing with Pokemon. But, so yeah, I went for something simpler just to try it out. Oh, there's a bug there. Wait. Do I have it all switched? Like, the ships become light bulbs when I stun them. Do the light bulbs become chips? No, they just use a different sprite. I guess I misread a sprite. Gotta have to fix that sometime. Because inside the program, the tiles, none of them have their palette associated with them. So the enemies are kind of so simple and similar in this game that I must have thought one sprite was something else. But I was doing it real quick. But okay, just found out a little bug. I'm not going to play this until like I lose all my lives, because I still have way too many of them. But yeah, just wanted to show that real quick. Going to disengage gamer mode. Boop, I'm back to drawing. So yeah, that was it. I'm going to log off for now. Let me see if anybody is streaming for me to raid. Yeah, we have a bunch of people. Actually just a couple.
streaming. For me to raid.
Oops.
I'm streaming.
I'm caught in a loop now. Oh, great. Commercials. I love it. Oh, great. What is this? It's Valerian, but there's someone else on stream. Let me turn off the audio. What is happening? Who are you? You're not Valerian? Oh, he's hosting someone. But I can't really watch them. Why? Quality isn't that high. And I can't hear them at all. Yeah, this is really not working for me. Let me see what Alphany is doing. She's also on.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, it's back. Wait.
I'm just gonna raid her.
Uh-oh.
It's
Wait,
easier.
it's back.
Wait, maybe it could
It's
be
back.
a... Are you sure?
kinda
Take care.
is
Yeah,
back.
you too.
I was thinking, what if I'm using
Or
my,
like just
my
establish
8-year-old
raid.
camera microphone? That would be hilarious.
All right, we're going to raid
We
her.
should do that one day. Just have like really bad mic.
Okay, just took off the audio. So yeah, thanks again everybody for showing up. Oh no, the thing just raised someone, walked in at the very end of the stream. You're going to raid someone now. But thanks everyone for showing up. See you guys next time. Bye.